I was picked up from the river by my adoptive dad. My adoptive mom would often point at us and yell, asking if I was some illegitimate child he had outside. I lived carefully. Until I was 14, my real parents showed up out of nowhere dressed to the nines, crying and begging me to come home with them. I've known I was adopted for as long as I can remember. Whenever I upset my adoptive mom, she'd shout, "Your dad, with a heart eaten by dogs, scooped you out of the river when I was visiting my family. I should have thrown you back. I've grown so many gray hairs because of raising you." My adoptive dad would always smile and calm her, saying, "Don't worry, even with all gray hair, you're the prettiest woman around." She'd glare at him, "Stop with your nonsense." But it'd defuse her temper for the most part. Life was tough then, and Dad's sweet words were like rare treats. I knew my adoptive mom didn't like me. My two brothers could go hunting for birds or catching fish, but I had to stay home and do chores. She'd criticize me for not being able to hold a broom, for burning food, or for not washing clothes properly. She'd always reprimand me. "Besides eating, what else can you do?" Next to the house, there was a little patch of garden, always in the shade and never producing a good harvest. My adoptive mom always complained about it. I thought I was like that patch of garden, shunned, constantly in the shadows, unable to bear fruit no matter how much care was given. Just a source of frustration. Knowing where I came from, I always wanted to see that river. But Mom wouldn't allow it, waving a ladle threateningly. "That's no place for you. If you dare, I'll break your legs." Yet the curiosity lingered. One day, while Mom was away, I asked Eliza from the village for directions and ran toward the river. Eliza's directions weren't exact. By the time I zigzagged to the riverside, it was almost dark. Unfamiliar birds screeched from the treetops. The water, dark as ink, surged to my feet. The wind parted the menacing shadows of reeds, revealing a bundle with peony flowers like decorations. Was there a child like me abandoned inside? Curious, I poked the bundle with a stick, naive enough to want to check inside. Just then a voice behind me roared, "Fiona, are you crazy?" It was my adoptive mom. Startled, I let go of the bundle, watching ripples spread like my racing heartbeat. Mom hurriedly reached me, picked up a twig from the ground and began to lash at me. "Didn't I say the river's no place for you? Didn't I say I'd break your legs? Kids don't have sharp eyes. You want to get yourself killed?" The stick broke with a snap. She grabbed a reed to continue, but Jessica from next door showed up with a flashlight. "Stop hitting her. Take her home before she's scared stiff." Finding my savior, I quickly hid behind Jessica. She patted my head. "Don't blame your mom. She was worried sick when she heard you went to the river. Forgot to even wear shoes." Only then did I notice my mom was barefoot, her feet scratched up by wild grasses and vines. She dragged me home by my ear. "You dare hide? I wasn't worried for you. I was afraid you'd bring trouble home." Before leaving, I glanced back. The night wrapped around us, peony flowers on the bundle resembling old bloodstains, swirled back among the reeds with the wind. If Dad hadn't picked me up, I might have ended up like the child in that bundle, slowly rotting in the reeds. On the way back, we met several groups searching for me. The village chief had a big fishing net in his hand. When he saw me, he plopped the net over my head, scolding, "Kids who go to the river will be dragged by water ghosts and drowned. Then we'd have to fish you out with this net." Got it? Back home, Mom still wanted to spank me with a broom. Dad rushed to stop her. "Careful, you might hurt your hand. Sit down, let me get the thorns out of your feet." He gently sat her down and knelt to check her feet. She glared, "Keep pampering her, she'll think sky's the limit." "I'm fine, go get a bowl of blessed water from the saint lady." Dad, a man of science, argued, "That's all superstitious nonsense." Mom kicked him, "Just do it. Better safe than sorry. Remember what happened to Wilson's son?" Dad's face darkened, cutting her off. Okay, I'll go. "Fiona, help your mom with the thorns. Her back pain makes it hard to bend over." Her feet had a bunch of thorns, the longest an inch deep. As I pulled them out, blood oozed warm onto my hand and I burst into tears. "No one died. Why are you crying?" She snapped. I looked up. "Mom, does it hurt much?" "I'm sorry if you know you're wrong. The next time you go near the river, I'll kick you in to feed the fish." Forced to drink a bowl of strange-tasting blessed water, I still had nightmares. I dreamt of opening that bundle, and the face inside was mine. I woke with a gasp, kicking out. "Oof!" Someone grunted beside me. It was my brother, 3 years older. The dim glow barely lit the room. Rubbing his stomach, he grinned. "Really got haunted, huh?" I asked with surprise, "Why are you in my bed?" "Mom made me. I'm a fire element." full of young energy. He boasted proudly, thumping his chest. He's always liked creepy stuff like that. Did you see the ghost? What did it look like? Was its face long like a flat ruler? Were its teeth all dark blue? He bombarded me with questions. Annoying, but the night didn't feel as scary anymore. I drifted back to sleep without more nightmares. Next day after work, I asked Dad, "Do you really think there was a baby in that bundle?" "I don't know." "Dad, did you ever find other kids in that river?" "I never went back to that river after the village folks avoid it." "Why?" Dad drooped his eyes, a light autumn leaf on his shoulder seemingly weighing him down. Too, he sighed deeply. Life's tough for everyone, and Dad doesn't have much capacity. He could only take you in. Times were hard back then. Farmers toiled all year, tending to the rice in the field. In the early days, rice yields weren't great. The harvest depended entirely on the weather. In good years, after giving the government its share, the family could just about feed itself and maybe have some left over. In bad years, even after paying the taxes, there wasn't much left for ourselves. Expenses were plenty, and school fees for kids were a big one. Primary school fees were over $200 a year, while rice was only 6 or 7 cents a pound. Not long after the baby event, I was about to start primary school. An aunt from the village told my mom, "Since Fiona is adopted, just feed her. No need to spend money on school. She's Eliza's mom." Eliza was the second daughter in her family, 2 years older than me, and hadn't started school yet. Even the village secretary tried convincing them a few times. I got really anxious, afraid my adoptive mom would agree, and quickly said, "Mom, I want to study. I'll earn money and take care of you when I grow up." My adoptive mom glared at me. "Even if you don't go to school, you still have to respect me. I raised you with my blood, sweat, and tears. You dare not be filial or you'll get struck by lightning." I didn't dare plead anymore, tears welling up in my eyes. The aunt laughed at me. "Why do girls need to study so much? Just knowing a few numbers and basic math is enough." She turned to my mom. "Right, Susan?" My adoptive mom gave a half-hearted smile. "If I don't send her to school, it's against the law. Who cares? Will the village secretary actually do anything to me?" The aunt wasn't convinced, saying, "She's not even a son. No need to spend so much money and effort." My adoptive mom rolled her eyes. "Other people may have the guts to commit crimes, but I don't. It's best to just send her to school. Let her learn more, and maybe she can bring in more bride price when she marries." The aunt, unable to find an ally, left grumbling. I was overjoyed. I ran over to my adoptive mom, snuggling up to her. "Mom?" She pushed me away in disdain, tugging my hair. "Get off, don't wipe your snot on my clothes. Let me check if there are any lice on your head." The afternoon sun was bright, and the wind rustled the bamboo leaves. It was hot, and the birds were silent. My adoptive mom used a fine-tooth wooden comb, carefully combing my hair. She combed out quite a few lice. She pressed them with her fingernail, making a popping sound. "You're raising lice instead of hair, huh? Strange." Even though I often washed my hair, the lice never seemed to go away. I started elementary school without any hassle. I carried my second brother's old military green canvas school bag. Those days, primary school had a system where every other Saturday we had half days of classes. That Saturday, during the last class, the teacher took out a list. After reading out 7 or 8 names, she said seriously, "Those whose tuition isn't paid yet, tell your parents to bring the money next week." Those students turned red with embarrassment. Seems every class has students who owe tuition fees. Some even owed for years and frequently got reprimanded by teachers. When I got home, I asked my adoptive mom, "Mom, are my school fees expensive? Many in my class haven't paid." She tossed me some green beans to snap, answering angrily, "Yeah, the money for fertilizer and pesticides went to pay your tuition." Just then, my adoptive dad came home from the fields. My adoptive mom snarked, "Your dad said not paying fees means you'll get called out, and a girl like you will feel ashamed. So the money goes to you first. But when I go to buy fertilizer on credit from the co-op, I can be shameless, right?" She got more upset. "Harry, I think Fiona isn't someone you found. Did you have her outside and bring her back for me to raise?" My dad was startled, tossing his hoe aside and rushing over. He touched my adoptive mom's face. "Let me see, where's the scratch? Still so smooth and tender. Yours is the best in the village, no, in the whole county," he said, leading her into the main room. "From now on, don't do this. Let me lose face, mine is worthless." Adoptive mom pouted, shaking off his hand. "Stop joking like that. Talk seriously. You're almost a grown man. Dad laughed shamelessly. Since your face is hurt today, I'll cook dinner. He pulled out some fresh peanuts from his pocket and handed them to my adoptive mom. Here, have some peanuts and take a rest. He then called me to the kitchen to help with the fire and gave me some peanuts too. Roast them on the fire, they taste better cooked. A few days later, my dad picked up some work in the next town helping build houses. He never took jobs that far before. My adoptive mom, sounding sour, mentioned I asked him to work more before, and he'd complain about being tired. Been married to him for over 10 years, had 2 kids for him, and still not as important as you. Dad loved me. That made me happy, but my adoptive mom's words made me a bit uneasy. Back then, being a bricklayer wasn't worth much. From dawn to dusk, he only earned $20 a day, and payment wasn't always timely. The employer just provided lunch. He'd leave home by bike before dawn and return late at night. He was exhausted, and I didn't want to add to his worries, so I didn't tell him about the bullying at school. Everyone in the village knew I was adopted. James from my village told others at school, and soon everyone knew. Younger boys love to pick on the weak. It makes them feel strong and brave. James led a few boys, stuffing bugs in my pencil case, pouring mud into my backpack, ripping my notebooks to fold into planes, and burning my hair with matches. After school, they'd follow me home, calling me a wild child. I was furious and said I'd tell my parents. He grinned and taunted. Your dad's never around and your mom doesn't even like you. Your real parents abandoned you, and your mom even wanted to give you away back then. A group of boys laughed while I stood there, cold and shaky. Children's malice is direct and lethal. They easily hit my deepest fears. At 3, my adoptive mom did try to give me away. They thought I wouldn't remember, but I do vividly. The flashy-dressed lady looked me over and shook her head. Too skinny, probably hard to raise. My adoptive mom praised me a lot, but the lady still didn't take me. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was drizzling. My adoptive mom stood under the eaves, the fine rain dampening her eyelashes. She frowned tightly and said with regret, "You just don't have the fate for a rich life." I didn't argue back, so they got worse. One day after school, it was my turn to clean. By the time I finished, there were hardly any people left at school. I was about to leave with my backpack when James and a bunch of boys came running from behind the hills, picking me up and rushing me towards the boys' restroom. Back then, restrooms were outhouses, separated by concrete walls with no doors. I closed my eyes tightly, crying and begging them to let me go, but they just laughed more wildly. James let go on purpose, and I fell to the ground, my foot landing in the cesspit. The boys laughed, saying I smelled like crap now, as disgusting as I was before. I pushed them away and ran out crying. By late October, I washed myself over and over in the icy creek, but the stench wouldn't come off. Maybe that smell came from my bloodline. That's why my birth parents abandoned me, why my adoptive mom didn't like me, and why everyone was so mean to me. My hands and feet went pale from soaking, my whole body shivered, nearly passing out in the river. Then I heard my adoptive mom calling. She was at the riverbank with a flashlight, pulling me out by my hair. She wrapped her coat around me, scolding, "Are you trying to die? I raised you with all my effort, and for what? To see you like this?" I pushed her coat away, tears streaming. "Mom, I stink of poop. They say nobody likes me." She hugged me tightly, her voice shaking. "Who said that?" "I'll sew their mouth shut." She took me home, gave me fresh clothes, and made me drink hot water and porridge. Then she grabbed a chamber pot and a kitchen knife, dragging me and my 2 brothers to James' house. James' mom shrugged it off. "Kids are just being kids. Besides, Fiona was picked up." My adoptive mom straightened her back. "So what if she was picked up? I've raised her for years. She's part of the Brown family household. She's my daughter, my son's sister. Your son bullying her means he's crapping all over my family." She slammed the knife on their table, "Trying to take advantage because you think we're easy targets?" My brothers stepped forward, shielding me. Folks from the neighborhood came by to check out the commotion. James' family was clearly at fault. His mom forced a smile. "It's kid stuff. Shouldn't take it too seriously. If you insist, we'll have James apologize to Fiona then." James got pulled out of his room, looking down, pants wet, not an ounce of his usual smugness left. My adoptive mom sneered. "His apology neither feeds us nor pays our bills." "I'm not interested." She stuffed the chamber pot in my hand. "He dirted you, so you dumped this on him. Let's call it even." James' mom panicked. "Don't go too far. He's just a child. He apologized, isn't that enough?" Rolling her eyes, my mom retorted, "Oh, by that logic, my boys are kids too. What if they dirty you in your house? Is an apology enough then? Big brother grabbed the chamber pot, ready to act. James' mom was quick to push James forward before backing away herself. In the countryside, when dealing with unreasonable folks, you fight fire with fire. Use logic and you'll end up losing. Big bro handed the pot to me. Fiona, pay him back or he'll just keep bullying you. I took it and splashed its contents all over James. He bawled, furious and humiliated. As we walked home under the bright moon, my adoptive mom turned off the flashlight to save batteries. Second brother joked, Fiona, you're too soft. You should have dumped it over his head so he'd eat crap. Maybe then he'd leave you alone. No sooner had he spoken, Mom cuffed him on the back of the head. And what were you doing while Fiona was getting bullied? Blind or what? She glared at Big Brother too. You're in 6th grade and can't defend your sister? All that food and no strength or smarts to show for it. Second brother muttered. You're the one who nags Fiona the most. Mom blew up. I raised her so I get to nag. Outsiders have no right. If family isn't united, we're just targets for others. My mom charged ahead, grumbling angrily, my brothers flanking me protectively. The moonlight was perfect, and distant birds chirped, probably reminding kids to get home. When we got back, Dad rushed in relief to find us all okay. My wife's amazing, huh? Bet the James family didn't dare say a word. Smacking the knife on the table, Mom grumbled, all done and only now you show up. Good thing James' dad was too embarrassed to argue with a woman. Otherwise, I might not have come back alive. She choked up, what good are you anyway? Ignoring her protests, Dad hugged her and coaxed her inside. Soon odd crying sounds came from the house. My second brother and I grew worried, wondering if Mom and Dad were fighting and if we should check. Big brother kept us back. Now, have you two finished your homework? Second brother's language assignment was about my mom. Scratching his head, he asked, what besides nagging do I write about? Should I list all the things she nags about? Ha, that notebook wouldn't be enough. Word of James getting soaked in filth spread through class fast, and he lost his edge. My brothers often waited for me after school now, and nobody brought up me being adopted again. One day after school, I walked with Eliza. Her stepmom was locked up by the village committee for 3 days before finally agreeing to let Eliza study. But she made her skip to 2nd grade to save a year's tuition. Eliza plucked at grass, murmuring, Fiona, I really envy you. For what are you jealous of me for? She had tears in her eyes. I wish I could switch places with you. My mom gave birth to me, but she doesn't love me at all. Your mom didn't give birth to you, but she protects you. Yeah, she isn't my biological mom, but she has always watched over me. When my foster dad finished his work, he got some of his money for me. He bought me this trendy pink hairpiece from town. My foster mom got all salty. Am I not the only woman in this house? I've been married to you for over a decade and never got even a hair tie from you. My foster dad did a little magic trick and pulled out a crystal hair clip from his pocket. Of course, my wife gets something too. Fiona's was $1 a pair, yours is $4 a clip. Foster mom's eyes widened. Harry, are you swimming in money or what? She chewed out my foster dad. But the next day she braided my hair into 2 plaits and put the pink piece on top. She wore the crystal clip herself. We went to the river dock together to do laundry. The women there complimented me on my looks and asked about the hair clip. My foster mom, holding back a bit, bragged, my Harry just doesn't know when to stop. I told him I don't need these things at my age, but he insisted. Spent $10, can you believe it? $10. The women were amazed and a bit envious. I kept cool. Folks in the country love to embellish. What costs $5 can be blown up to 50. Foster mom's exaggeration was actually pretty mild. Not long after, it was time to harvest rice. Foster mom never let me work in the fields before. She'd say, you're as thin as a bean sprout, what can you do? I don't want to pull you out of the mud if you get stuck. But this time I insisted on helping. I took a sickle and walked along with foster mom on the levee. Villagers joked, oh wow, the princess from the Brown family is working in the fields? Foster mom gave me a look, at least she's got a good heart, volunteered to help. The dream was nice, but the reality was rough. After cutting a few rows, a water snake darted out and slithered around my feet. It scared me to death, and I accidentally cut my hand, leaving a big gash. Blood was dripping everywhere. Foster mom threw down her sickle, rushed over, and ripped a clean piece of cloth to wrap my hand. I told you not to come, see what you've done now. You can't handle anything. I was pale and my voice shook. Snake mom, there's a snake in the field. I've been terrified of snakes since one bit me when I was little. Anything soft and slippery scares me. Snakes, eels, mudfish, worms. Foster mom tied the cloth tight around my hand, That snake wasn't poisonous, nothing to be scared of. Waving her hand in annoyance, she said, "Forget it. Just go back and make lunch and spread the grains." My legs were still wobbly. She walked me back home. People teased, "Back so soon?" Foster mom had this annoyed look. Got scared out of her wits by a water snake. No surprise, she's really a princess, born not to do farm work. She led me all the way to the main road. "All right, no more snakes from here on. Go home." I walked back, feeling guilty, hearing her call out, "Don't get the bleeding finger wet." After that, I never went down to the rice fields again. I was one of the few girls in the village who never harvested rice. That held true till 4th grade. That summer, Mr. Smith, the village teacher, visited our home. He told my foster parents, "I've taught Fiona for 3 years. She always aces math. Language is always a 97 or 98. She's got a great memory. She's got a natural talent for learning. Better nurture it." Foster dad nodded. "As long as she can study, we'll support her all the way." Mr. Smith looked to foster mom. She threw me a look. "Why you looking at me? The money in the house is earned by the man, so he makes the decisions. What right do I have to oppose?" But my big brother wasn't so lucky. He didn't do well on his middle school exams, only getting into the 2nd-tier school. It had a low college entrance rate but was more expensive than the top school. He wanted to go work. Some villagers had already gone to coastal cities to work and could earn $800 to $900 a month. Ethan and Fiona are smarter than me. I'll work to support their studies. Foster mom smacked him with a spatula in anger. Foster dad unusually got really mad too. "Your siblings study money, your mom and I will figure it out. Do you understand you'll be working your whole life if you drop out now? You don't have to end up like us, working under the sun, earning money the hard way. Go study. As long as you're willing to work hard, you can still get into a good college from the 2nd tier." Eventually, my brother continued with his studies at 2nd-tier school. Foster mom sold all the chickens at home and the extra grains in the barn, and borrowed some money from her own family to cover the tuition for all 3 of us. It may not sound very real now, but back then, having 1 high schooler, 1 junior high student, and 1 elementary school kid all studying was a huge financial strain on a farming family. Some women mocked foster mom again. "Fiona's just a girl and not even yours, why send her to school? Or just owe the tuition fee lots of people owe and the school doesn't kick them out." Foster mom let out a laugh. "Just because others do something stupid doesn't mean I will. Owing tuition means you get called out all the time. Aren't you a woman too? Don't you know girls have to maintain their dignity?" The teasing woman was shut down and spread gossip about foster mom in the village with James's mom. "That Susan is so foolish, treating a foundling like a treasure. I'd love to see what she gains putting in all that money and effort. If she doesn't focus on her own sons, who knows how they'll resent her in the future." Outside of rice planting and harvest time, foster dad worked out of town most of the time. Every New Year's he was especially busy, often still out on New Year's Eve trying to collect his pay. Sometimes he got it, sometimes he had to wait 4 or 5 years as people delayed paying a few $100. Whenever he came back empty-handed, foster mom would blow up. "They have money to build houses and marry off their sons but can't pay us a few $100. Foster dad would sigh, "What can I do? I'll try again next year." In the countryside, you don't ask for money during the Chinese New Year. So if it didn't come in by New Year's Eve, you just had to wait till the next one. Foster dad was always busy outside, leaving all the household matters to foster mom. 5 back then there was a ton of farm work. In the spring we had to pick tea leaves, make tea, plant peanuts, sweet potatoes, corn, sesame, green beans, soybeans, and vegetables. After that we had to weed, spray pesticides, fertilize, turn the sweet potato vines, thin out and pollinate the corn, and water and fertilize the vegetables. Most of the time the 3 of us were at school, so my foster mother handled all that work. Time flew by. My older brother worked really hard, but maybe he just didn't have the talent. He only got into a 3rd-tier college, which was expensive. Besides the student loans, he had to pay over 10,000 yuan a year himself. My second brother didn't let our foster parents down and got into the top high school. He was about to start his 3rd year with summer school prep classes. I was in 8th grade at the time. Women fear stress and overwork the most. We 3 grew up fast like bamboo shoots after spring rain. Our foster mother was like the land beneath us. We naturally relied on her for nourishment. It was summer break, but she didn't let me help in the fields. Your second brother said city kids all take extra classes during summer. With your brain, how do you plan to get into the top high school if you don't try harder? It was getting dark that day, but she still went out. Where are you going so late? I asked. To do some work in the cornfield, she replied with a smile, holding a hoe and wearing a straw hat. I know you love sweet corn, so I'll bring some back for breakfast. I cooked dinner and did my homework, but she didn't come back. I called her name toward the mountains but got no response. My heart started racing. I grabbed a flashlight and went looking for her. There, in the cornfield, I found her collapsed on the ground with a cob of corn in her hand. Her wrist was frail, barely thicker than the corn stalks. I was terrified. It took me several tries to scream for help. Help, help, please save my mom. She was hard on the outside but soft inside, hardworking and compassionate. She was the sun in my heart, the moon in my dark nights. Please, Buddha, Jesus, Mary, don't let anything happen to her. The town clinic was closed, so the village chief drove her to the county hospital on a tractor. My foster dad rushed over after getting the call. I was panicking and burst into tears when I saw him. Dad, Mom, he smiled, reassuring me she'll be all right, she's always been healthy. But his hand was shaking. He was scared too. Thank goodness the diagnosis came quickly, thalassemia. Luckily it wasn't too advanced, but she had to take it easy from now on. No more heavy labor. Regular checkups were necessary to prevent the condition from worsening. She wanted to discharge herself right away. I'm as strong as an ox, what do I need a hospital for? They'll find something wrong with you just for checking. My foster dad calmly reassured her, we'll worry about the money. Your health is more important. Back in '04, health insurance wasn't widespread. Even a minor illness could cost a fortune for a rural family. She tried to pull out the $4, but he held her hand tight as tears started to form in her eyes. I'm fine. The kids' tuition, the household expenses, fertilizer, seeds, obligations, everything costs money. You work dawn till dusk and still it's not enough. Where will you get the money? My second brother showed up too. He's 6 feet tall but muttered softly, Mom, the doctor said you need to rest more. My grades weren't good this time. I don't want to study anymore. I'll get a job and earn money for your treatment. She slapped him. Say that again and you're not my son. If you drop out, you're dead to me, she said, frowning at me as well. You too. Don't even think about it. The doctor said her condition worsened when she got upset, so my foster dad helped her lie down. I've told you getting angry is bad for you and makes you ugly. This condition might have developed because you were too stressed. He looked at us sternly. Money is my problem, not yours. Your job is to study and stop causing trouble. It was nighttime and we couldn't get back to the village. My brother and I spent the night on hospital benches. I thought I'd never fall asleep, but maybe the emotional roller coaster knocked me out. Half asleep, I heard my foster dad making hushed, pleading phone calls. When I woke, it was dawn. The sunlight was so bright it hurt my eyes. Adjusting to the light, I saw a woman in a dress and heels holding a purse. She smiled tentatively. Fiona, you're awake. It was her. About a month ago, she'd stopped me after school, asking for one of my hairs to supposedly cure her sick son. She offered me 10 yuan, but I didn't take it. I just gave her a few strands. She looked so different from the women in the village, all dolled up. It left a strong impression on me. Her eyes welled up as we talked, and she reached for my hand. Fiona, I'm your birth mother. I pulled away, thinking it was absurd, but then she showed me a DNA test. Turns out she'd lied about her sick son. She used my hair to see if I was her child. She and my birth father cried in front of my foster parents, saying how their mother-in-law took me away, and they'd been searching for me ever since. We both work in the city, have jobs, a house, a car, she said. I heard Fiona's doing well in school. If she comes with us, she can attend the best schools and get into a top university. We failed her before, but we'll do our best to make it up now. My second brother was furious. He stood in front of me, protective. So what if you had her? My parents raised her. I got scratched getting wild fruit for her. Told her ghost stories to help her sleep. She's my sister, and you're not taking her away. My adoptive mother looked at me deeply. Her gaze was like a lioness watching her cub getting ready to venture out on its own. I kept shaking my head, tears streaming down. I didn't know her. I only have one mom, and you're my only mom. Mom, please don't let go of my hand. My adoptive mom turned away, her shoulders trembling. My biological father spoke calmly. It's really been hard for both of you all these years. I know you're having difficulties now. He pulled out 3 stacks of cash from his briefcase. This 30,000 yuan is a small token of our gratitude. My biological mother held my hand, Mom just wants to take you back, let you wear princess dresses, eat Western food, go to a good high school, attend a good college. Fiona, I know you don't want to leave your parents, but your mom needs to rest now. Staying with them just adds to their burden. Besides, they need money. Her words shocked me. The vague images from last night suddenly became clear. I remembered hearing my adoptive dad holding a second-hand Nokia begging, "Big brother, my wife is sick and in the hospital. We need money. I know it's hard for you too, but this is life or death. Can you please give me back the money I lent you? It's been 6 years. My wife is sick and hospitalized, and I have 3 kids to educate. Please, I'm begging you." I looked at my adoptive parents. Dad's back wasn't as straight as I remembered. Mom's hair, once jet black, had grown partially white. When did that begin? I hadn't noticed. I've grown from a child into a young lady. The cost was their aging. Tears started pouring down my face. My adoptive mom wiped her eyes with her sleeve as big tears rolled down her cheeks, soaking the white sheets. After a long while, she choked out, "Fiona, you've grown up. Whether you want to go with them for a good life or stay here with us and suffer, it's your decision." I clenched my fists, my untrimmed nails digging into my skin. My lips moved silently until the words finally came out, "I'll go with them." My second brother's face changed dramatically, looking at me in disbelief. "Fiona, you decided so quickly? Mom and Dad raised you for so many years, how could you be so ungrateful?" Before he could finish, my adoptive mom sternly interrupted, "Shut up. If she wants to go, let her. I raised her like a stray cat or dog. I didn't put in much effort." My adoptive dad, with teary eyes, grabbed my brother to hush him. My heart felt like it had been torn open, and tears mixed with blood gushed out uncontrollably. My biological parents said they were pressed for time and couldn't even let me go back home to pack. Before leaving, I knelt, bowing deeply. Once for saving me from the river. Twice for their years of care. Thrice for the debts I cannot repay. 4 times for wishing them a long life, and 5 times for the hope of meeting again. My adoptive mom turned away, her voice harsh yet trembling, "Just go live your good life." My adoptive dad helped me up, patting my head, "Good kid, you've grown as tall as me now. Go." His murky tears traced the wrinkles by his eyes. "We understand how you feel. Dad's sorry for being useless." I hugged him tightly, tears falling on his neck. "No, you are the best parents in the world. You always worked hard for me. This time, let me do something for you." "Dad, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm still too young and weak. This is all I can do. Take the money, Mom, make sure you get well and live a long life." We drove to the capital in my biological dad's brand new Volkswagen Touran. As we got in, my biological mom placed a blanket on the back seat for me. "Your dad just got this new car, try not to get it dirty." Ever since I got into middle school, my clothes were always washed by my adoptive mom. Although old, they were always clean. The road was rough and the car shook a lot. I was so tired I drifted into dreaming. I dreamed of my adoptive mom, carrying me on her back when I got bitten by a snake, running barefoot to a local doctor. She didn't even stop to pick up her lost shoe. I dreamed of the time we went to the town fair, and I wanted a beautiful dress that cost 10 yuan. My adoptive mom hesitated, scolding me, but eventually bought it. On the way back, she wore her patched-up plastic shoes, nearly impossible to wear. That 10 yuan, she had meant to buy herself sturdy sandals. I dreamed of being a needy child. When my adoptive mom worked, she carried me in a bamboo basket. When she farmed, I'd stay under a tree. If a vendor passed by, she'd buy me an ice pop for 10 cents. I'd offer it to her, and she'd always shake her head, saying it was kid stuff. And I dreamed of when I was barely 3 years old, a well-dressed lady wanted to take me. She didn't like what she saw. My adoptive mom ran after her, hugging me. "This girl is good and smart, just a bit weak because we've had nothing good to feed her. But she'd be well if you raised her." Her voice trembled. "She's so pretty and smart. Being stuck in our shoddy home, not eating or dressing well, is such a shame. It's not her fate. Darn memories. They fooled me." This was my adoptive mom's true feelings. She loved me and was letting me go for my own good, to see me soar higher and farther. My biological mom sat in the front seat and took a note from her bag, chuckling. He even gave us an IO. I recognized the handwriting. It was my adoptive dad's. He didn't study much, and his writing wasn't great. But his signature was neat and clear because teachers always needed parents' signatures on homework. He practiced a lot. "It needs to look good. Can't let Fiona get looked down on by her teachers. Could they ever pay it back?" My biological dad dismissed it. "Keep it. Maybe we'll need it someday." Would they really ask for that 30,000 back from my adoptive parents? How could they possibly repay that now? I sprang up from the back seat, grabbing the IOU and quickly tearing it to pieces. This money is compensation for my mom and dad. You can't take it back. My biological mom's face darkened. Is that what those country folks taught you? Is this how you speak to your elders? Country folks? It pierced my heart. They're my parents. Her voice rose. We're your real parents. But you abandoned me. If not for mom and dad, you'd only be finding my rotting bones in a decayed bundle now. In your eyes, is the 14 years of care I received not even worth $30,000? My biological mom was all red-faced like she wanted to scold me more. But my biological dad tugged at her hand, and that was the last we spoke. As I looked out the window, I saw a world I'd never seen before. Yet inside me, everything felt destroyed. My bio parents didn't seem as loving as they acted in the hospital. So why did they want me back? It didn't take long for me to find out. I have a 10-year-old brother. He has the mental age of a 3-year-old and often throws fits, screaming and attacking people. At dinner, my bio mom gently told him, "Little treasure, this is your sister. Call her sister. If mom and dad aren't around, your sister can be with you for life." She glanced at me and added, "You're related by blood. And if you treat your brother well, you'll definitely have a share in this family's wealth." I had thought they might actually love me a bit. I even considered accepting this new family, maybe forgiving them for abandoning me. My adoptive dad always said, "You've got to look ahead. Life hasn't crushed you completely, so make the best of every day." But now, realizing the truth, I laughed bitterly and asked, "You brought me back just to look after him?" Biomom's face turned dark. "How dare you talk like that? I'm your mother." Such attitude. She snapped and swung a feather duster at me, leaving a red mark on my hand. My brother clapped, drooling, "Hit! Hit! Good hit!" Suddenly, I remembered my adoptive mom always had complaints but never hit me hard. Yet again, my bio dad intervened. "Fiona, we brought you back because we love you. Caring for your brother is just an extra." I got a small camp bed in the study while there were actually 3 bedrooms. Everyone had their space. My brother even had a playroom. Bio mom said she'd move me over but never found the time. Since they worked in public offices, they wanted me to call them aunt and uncle and say I was some distant niece staying over. I was more than happy with that. For days, things were tense with bio mom. Maybe to ease things, bio dad gave me $50. Buy something you like. I spotted some pretty hair clips at a boutique. My adoptive mom had a worn-out clip my adoptive dad bought years ago for $4. I got a $10 clip and used the rest to call my adoptive dad using a phone card. My bio parents had phones but didn't let me use them to call my adoptive folks. Missing them, though, is strange. The more you try to suppress it, the stronger it gets. I teared up when my adoptive mom's voice came through. She asked rapid-fire questions about how I was being treated, if I ate well, stayed warm, had an umbrella in the rain, or layered up when it was cold. "Mom, I'm doing fine. Is your health better?" "I'm discharged, all good. You take care, don't worry." I had so much to say but just couldn't. After a moment she said, "Okay, phone bills are costly. Take care." It took me a while, sitting by the magnolia tree, to calm down before heading home. As soon as I walked in, my bio mom held out her hand. "Your uncle's money, let me keep it for you." She was furious that I spent $30 and smashed my hair clip on the floor, scattering stones everywhere. Then she cut my phone card to bits. "You're my child. Haven't I treated you well? I got you new clothes, took care of you, worked hard to transfer your school." She swung the feather duster again and unprepared I got hit. But this time I caught it and looked at her coldly. She got even angrier. Bio dad rushed out, calming her, "Let's not get worked up. It'll scare little treasure." He turned to me and said gently, "Fiona, you're not an adult yet. You should ask us if you want to buy something." I replied I wanted a lockable diary. Bio mom sneered, "What do you want to hide that's so secret?" I ignored her, picked up my broken hair clip and stones, and turned to my bio dad before going to my room. "Uncle, aunt might have some emotional issues. Wouldn't want things to run in the family." I sincerely suggested he consider a psychiatrist for my bio mom, shut the door, and blocked her angry shouting. Despite the tension, my bio parents got me transferred to a nearby top middle school. During dinner, bio mom said, "We paid a lot and pulled strings for your transfer. Don't disappoint us. Aim for a good high school and at least a top college." Bio dad added, "We do love you." Liars. I overheard him reassuring bio mom at night. He said they had to act nice since I'd need to take care of little treasure. Everything was about him. Smart people can be scary sometimes, appearing polite, yet cunning and deceitful. My bio parents kept a tight leash on me, controlling meals, money for lunch, and making sure every expense matched with other parents' reports, even down to pencils and clothes, all managed by bio mom. She always pretends to ask, "What kind of stuff do you like?" But the moment I choose something, she finds all sorts of reasons to say no. "This one's too expensive. It's not worth the money. This one's too cheap. The quality must be bad. This color will get dirty easily. This color is too dull." Eventually, I just say whatever. Then she gets disappointed and says, "Why don't you have any opinions?" It's suffocating, and it makes me miss my adoptive mom so much. I remember when I was in 6th grade, this multicolored pen was all the rage. It had 4 different colored inks in one pen, and you just pressed down the one you wanted to use. It cost $3 each. Girls naturally love colorful things like that. I wanted one and awkwardly asked my adoptive mom. She scolded me. "Isn't buying 4 colored pens at 50 cents each the same thing? Are you swimming in money?" But as she scolded me, she pulled out a neat stack of bills from her pocket and gave me $3. "I must have owed you in a past life. I was careful not to waste that pen. I wonder if I still have it." My birth parents never gave me any extra money. They were worried I'd try to contact my adoptive parents. But I found a way. My classmate Thomas was a rich slacker. During early self-study, he often borrowed homework from other students to copy and keep the teachers off his back. That Monday, I slid my math homework to him and quietly said, "Copy mine from now on." He stared at me for a few seconds and said, "Sure. I'll buy you an orange juice during break." "I don't want it," I whispered. "I just want to borrow your phone to make a call." Back then, phones weren't common, and the school didn't allow students to have them. But I'd seen him sneak a colorful Nokia to play Snake during lunch breaks. Anyway, from then on, every Friday, I'd use Thomas's phone to call my adoptive parents. We hid on the empty 6th floor stairwell. He'd keep watch while I dialed my adoptive dad's number. I told them I was working hard, that I was fitting in at the new school, and that I came in 8th place in the midterms. They told me they were doing well too. At the end of November, just as I was about to hang up, my adoptive mom stopped me. "Fiona, do you remember today is your birthday? 15 years ago, your dad found you today. You were crying so much your voice was hoarse, and your little face was all blue from the cold." She got choked up as she spoke. "Your biological parents must have celebrated your birthday yesterday, or the day before, right?" "No, they didn't." When I handed the phone back to Thomas, he glanced at me and then quickly ran down the stairs. By the time I reached the school gates, he caught up with me and handed me a Dove chocolate bar. "I didn't mean to overhear, but you left the speaker on. Happy birthday, Fiona. That chocolate was really sweet. I want to buy some for my adoptive parents one day, take them to a buffet, go on a city bus ride, climb Mount Ualu, and visit the Orange Isle. So I have to work twice as hard. My little brother is always causing trouble. He bangs on my door when I'm trying to do my homework. He tears my freshly written tests to shreds. Or sometimes he just charges at me from behind and bumps into me really hard, freaking me out. My birth parents always say, he doesn't know any better, he's your brother. Just put up with him and play with him. I just coldly look at them and say, why don't I just quit school, stay home, and accompany him all day? We can spend all the money you've saved for his retirement together. That's when they finally put some limits on him. The semester flew by, and I ranked 3rd in the entire grade for finals. When my birth mom saw my grades, she was emotional. You've inherited your dad's and my intelligence. With a deep sigh, she said, if only you could switch places with your brother. Why couldn't it have been you who had the problems? I looked her in the eye and said, maybe this is karma for leaving me in the first place. Her expression changed, and she raised her hand to slap me, but I blocked it. I said coldly, if you want me to be nice to your precious son in the future, then you better treat me with respect now. Once you're gone, your little treasure's going to be all mine to handle. At that moment, she was shaking with anger, looking like she wanted to eat me alive. But I wasn't afraid. I did my homework. If I could score in the top 10 of the entrance exams for the Key High School, I'd get tuition and boarding fees waived. I just needed to hang in there for half a year, and then I'd be free once I got into high school. I studied day and night without sleep or rest. I felt like a sponge desperately soaking up water, hoping to tip the scales of fate just a bit in my favor. Sometimes Thomas would joke, Fiona, you're gonna study yourself into a fool. But if I didn't study, I'd really be stuck in misery forever. Time flew by, and soon enough the entrance exams were here. When we got our admission tickets, our teacher gave instructions and then gave us a 2-day break to go home and relax. I took that time to review all my weak spots in my room. But then Oscar started banging on my door again. Play with me, play with me, play with me. I put on earplugs and ignored him. Soon my birth mom used a spare key to unlock my door. How can you be so cold-hearted? Your brother's been yelling until his voice is hoarse, and you still won't open the door. My birth dad joined in. Just play with him for a bit, consider it relaxing. Oscar barged in and snatched my correction book, tearing it to pieces in no time. He opened my pencil case and dumped my pens on the floor, stomping on them mercilessly. My mechanical pencil's lead was snapped into 4 or 5 pieces. He even threw my drinking cup on the ground, shattering it to bits. The more I tried to stop him, the worse he got. At first, I tried to persuade him gently, but he just got worse. My patience wore thin and I yelled, "Oscar, stop acting crazy, okay?" He stared at me fiercely and then gave me a hard shove. I managed to catch myself from hitting the floor with the back of my head, but my hand got caught in the broken porcelain, and blood started pouring out. The pain was intense and I couldn't stand up for a long time. At that moment, Oscar opened my exam bag and pulled out my admission ticket, staring at me with a creepy smile. I kept shaking my head, shouting no, no, but he just laughed and tore my admission ticket into pieces. My last shred of sanity exploded. I grabbed the old-style desk lamp next to me and swung it hard at his back. "9, go to hell. Let everything fall apart. I'm done with it." My birth parents were casually leaning against the door, chatting while watching him lose it. Even when he pushed me down, they just lightly say, "Baby, don't hit your sister." But now they rushed over looking all jittery. My birth mom rushed to hug Oscar and asked if he was hurt or okay. My birth dad raised his hand and slapped me hard. He ripped off his polite mask, showing his true, ugly face. "He's your brother. How could you be so harsh with him? You're so cold-hearted. We've been so good to you, and yet you're never grateful." I had hit the back of Oscar's neck, and it was bleeding. My birth mom was frantic and wanted to rush him to the hospital. As they were leaving, she glared at me with utter disgust. "You're like a wolf raised as a dog. Fine then. Forget participating in the high school entrance exam. Just stay home and take care of dear little Oscar." They took my phone and locked me inside the 8th floor apartment room. I banged on the door with all my might, but the study room was down a long hallway, and the main door was at the end. My desperate cries couldn't carry that far. I tried yelling for help up and down the building, but nothing. No one responded. The pain in my hand was intense. I wrapped the wound with cloth, but the blood kept leaking. From dawn till dusk, my birth parents didn't come back. My exam slip was lost. It needed replacing. The test was the day after tomorrow. I had to get out. I had worked so hard all these years, staying quiet, taking it all just to get into a top high school and escape. If I missed the exam, how could I face my adoptive parents? How could I repay their kindness? My future, my life would be ruined. I paced the room, my eyes falling on the bedsheet. I had an idea. I tore down the sheets, duvet cover, and curtains, tied them together, and hung them from the security window. Then I used the lighter Thomas had left in my bag to ignite one end and tossed it down. It was nighttime and the fire finally caught attention. I was saved. The police helped me call my adoptive dad. I broke down in tears. "Dad, I'm sorry. Dad, can you come get me? I really need you. I don't mean to trouble you, but in this world it feels like only you and Mom would move heaven and earth to save me." With all the commotion, my birth parents finally got wind of it. They brought Oscar to find me at the hospital, still reeking of hot pot. The doctor was treating my wound, pulling out a shard of porcelain jammed in deep, causing relentless pain and bleeding. My birth dad hurriedly explained to the lady cop with me, "We are her parents. She was just being too willful, so we wanted to give her a little lesson. Sorry for the inconvenience, we'll take her back now." He reached for my hand, but I shook him off, clutching the cop's sleeve. "They're not my parents. They're distant relatives. I'm just staying with them temporarily. You can ask around the neighborhood. Lots of folks know I'm just a distant niece." My birth dad's lip twitched. "Your parents trusted you with us. We're your guardians and we've got a duty to guide you. Don't be stubborn, come on home with us. You don't have anyone else to turn to, so where would you go?" "She has somewhere to go." An assertive voice rang out. "I can take care of her." It was my big brother. His hair was a mess, and his shirt buttons were mismatched. He hurried over, eyeing me anxiously. "Are you hurt? Does it hurt much?" Seeing I was okay, he let out a big sigh. "Mom and Dad are on their way. I just happened to be in Star City for work when Dad called me to come by first." He gently patted my shoulder. Sorry, little sis, I got here late. Don't worry, Fiona, I'm working now, I can support you. My restless heart finally found peace. I hugged him and cried my eyes out. My big brother's tears fell too. But my birth parents wouldn't leave me be. We have a DNA test. Fiona is our daughter. My big brother smirked. You both work in public sectors, right? I thought that meant only one child, not one daughter and then a son. Do your bosses or coworkers know? Or should I drop by and let them in on it? His words were sharp, and his gaze was piercing, completely unlike the quiet big brother I remembered. My birth mom was outraged. Fine then. What about the $3,000 we lent you a year ago? Pay us back. You'll get it back tomorrow, my brother declared. He took me to a hotel. Past 1 a.m., my adoptive parents and recently graduated college-bound second brother rushed over. We all hugged and cried together. My adoptive dad handed me a bank card. Don't worry about those $3,000 after the last medical round. There was still over $1,000 left, untouched since. When your mom was out of the hospital, she sat outside the debt leader's doors with a butcher knife and got back all we were owed. I followed a good boss this year, paying monthly and saved up a bit. Your big brother can pitch in too. I was unconvinced. I ripped up the IO. That's their debt to me. This past decade spending on me surely exceeded $3,000. My adoptive mom glared at me. What do you know? Once it's paid back, they owe you nothing, and their future's none of your business. They may try bugging you, so why not slap them away? Keeping any money means you'd always owe them, and you can stand tall now before them. My big brother and second brother were also with mom and dad on this. You're our sister, a brown kid. We'll handle it, no need for outsiders' cash. Tears welled up again. My adoptive mom scolded me through her own choking voice. All you do is cry. Every call this past year you just said you were all right. Didn't you have a mouth? Don't you know how worried we were, you ungrateful thing? After a day of chaos, I was exhausted. I fell asleep hearing my adoptive mom sigh. Just look at how thin Fiona's gotten. Who knows what hardship she's faced this year. I thought having parents in the city would mean she could live in comfort. Had I known this, I'd have held on to her, no matter my condition. My adoptive dad consoled her. Don't cry or you'll lose your looks. The hardest times for our family are finally behind us, and better days are ahead. The next morning, I went to school to get a replacement exam admission ticket. Besides the school stamp, I needed one from the District Education Bureau. My homeroom teacher couldn't reach the relevant leader. He suggested, Fiona, why don't you call Thomas? You guys are close, right? His family might be able to help. Things were urgent, so I swallowed my pride and tried calling. To my surprise, Thomas agreed to help right away. With his family's support, we easily got the stamp from the Education Bureau. Once the exam admission ticket was sorted, I went with my adoptive parents to pay off some debts and pick up my belongings. Anything bought by my biological parents, I wasn't allowed to take. My bio mom dropped the act and mocked me. Fiona, think this through. We have a house and a car. We've given you the best of everything. If you stay with them, you might not even make it to high school. In the countryside, don't most kids start working after junior high? I stared coldly at her. Who are you guys to judge? It's none of your business. I'll get into a good high school and then a top university living well. Your son will just get older and dumber, and you'll never be free. My bio parents were livid. She sneered, when you grow up and face the real world, you'll realize what you missed out on. If you come crawling back, we won't give you another chance. I laughed. Beg you for what? Beg to be controlled and monitored, or to become your dumb son's nanny. You guys should find someone else for that honor. My adoptive parents were worried, so they painfully paid for a hotel to stay in while I took the exam. After it was over, we returned to the village, where Auntie and James's mom lectured me. How could you be so dumb? Your real parents have a house and car in the city. Even if you have to act like a stray dog, you should stick with them. Once they're gone, you can just send your brother to a mental hospital. You'll get the house, the car, and the money. They sighed in frustration. You're just born to be poor. You've thrown away your chance at wealth. You'll never have a good life with your adoptive parents. Do you really think you'll get into high school, go to college, and make a ton of money on your own? Girls don't fare as well as boys in the long run. Even if you make it, your second brother's already in college. Your parents will definitely choose him over you. Hearing this, my adoptive mom marched to their doors and gave them a piece of her mind. Some people were dogs in their past lives, and in this life they can't change their nature. Rushing to be someone's pet, licking their grime. We're humans, standing tall and straight. With tongues that long, be careful you don't choke yourselves in your sleep. Auntie and James's mom didn't dare to make a sound. I was stunned. My adoptive mom brushed off her sleeves, masks her valor. Since I got sick, I felt much stronger. Now if anyone annoys me, I'll just lie down by their doorstep and scare them to death. Soon the college entrance exam results were out. My second brother scored over 90 points above the top-tier line. He chose a 985 university in Star City. Weren't you thinking about going out of state? I asked. Staying in Star City is good. We can go to a haunted house during the break, I teased. Not happening, he replied. Auntie and James's mom hoped I'd fail miserably. But to their disappointment, I did well and scored high. They clucked and murmured, the tuition for city high schools is so steep. Her adoptive parents will have to sell everything. As it turned out, I was the 10th top scorer for that key high school. That meant my tuition and accommodation fees were waived. Auntie and James's mom were furious. Some people, hate seeing others doing well. When someone else is doing better, it's like their own heart's being fried. It sizzles and it's unbearable. But without those school fees, my adoptive parents were truly relieved. That summer, I hardly did any farm work. Instead, I prepared for high school using my second brother's textbooks. Once school started, I unexpectedly ran into Thomas there. You got into Chongli too? I was surprised. Are you kidding me? He rolled his eyes. No, I used the power of money to get here. He pulled me aside and slyly pointed to his phone in his pocket. Need to make calls? Come find me, no charge. Thanks, but I don't need it anymore. I'm back with my parents. He seemed a bit down, so, no more copying your homework? No. I shook my head, but I can help you study for free. I'm not cut out for school, he said, but he still asked me questions now and then. I could see he was genuinely trying to learn. My older brother insisted on covering my living expenses. I'm making good money with online recharges. A few $100 is nothing. Back then, the internet was booming. Online gaming was taking off and opportunities were everywhere. My brother studied computers, and after graduation, he and some friends started an online recharge website. It was a budding industry with great profits. Judging by the clothes and shoes he bought me, he definitely made good money. High school was full of talent, so I had to give it my all to keep my rank. My older brother was making money, my second brother was doing part-time jobs while in college, and my adoptive dad was working with an honest construction foreman. My adoptive mom hadn't had any episodes. In those 3 years, I stayed focused and put in my maximum effort. Many classmates joined competitions. A high score could earn a guaranteed college spot. But my grades were always well-rounded, not particularly outstanding in any one subject. After trying a few practice exams, my homeroom teacher advised going the usual route. I'd seen the dawn at 5:30 a.m., heard the midnight rain. I'd do reading comprehension exercises in a napping classroom and sneak away during gym class to solve math problems. Throughout high school, it felt like reading a book called Fiona. Sometimes I wanted to skip to the end and see how it all turned out. Other times, I'd want to slow it down, learn one more word, or memorize one more fact. But time waits for no one. The college entrance exams came at last. The whole classroom was filled with the sound of pens on paper, reminding me of that hot summer when I was 6. The village often had power cuts, and my adoptive mom had my dad set up an old sheet hammock in the bamboo forest to cool off. The thick bamboo leaves blocked out the sky. The wind rustled them softly, carrying a refreshing scent. In that white noise, I drift into deep sleep, unbothered by nightmares. 11. They gave me the best love in the world. I have to make them proud. From my earliest memory at 3 or 4 to now at 18, the small village has gone through big changes. More and more people are leaving to see the world outside. They all understand the benefits of education and fully support their sons to study. But when it comes to daughters, they're less enthusiastic. They often say, why do girls need to study so much? They'll get married anyway. Better to marry well than to study well. Spending money on girls would just benefit their future in-laws for free. Plus, girls lack drive. Even if they study hard in high school, they might not get into a university. My adoptive parents face criticism for raising me, since I wasn't their biological child. They had 2 sons who would need money for their future wives. Yet, here they were spending on their adopted daughter. People thought they were crazy. No girl from our village had ever gotten into a proper university. The morning when the test results were released, my adoptive mom was already up before dawn. She was completely anxious, forgetting to add rice to the pig feed, hitting the wrong button on the rice cooker, forgetting to put salt in the dishes, even forgetting to bring toilet paper. The whole family and even the animals got scolded several times. I couldn't stand it any longer. Mom, sit down. Calm down. There's just 1 hour left. When the time came, I picked up Dad's Nokia N78 and dialed for the results. Mom's hand held my arm tightly. We listened to the automated line announce the scores. 658. The cutoff that year for science majors was 536. As soon as we checked the score, my teacher called. Fiona, based on your ranking in the province and how many Tsinghua and Peking University spots are available, you should get in. But make sure to choose the right major. Think it over at home. My mom, still in shock, asked, does this mean you can go to Tsinghua or Peking? I said it looked promising. She broke into a huge grin, pulled out fireworks she had hidden away, set them off, then put on her straw hat and headed outside. Where are you going at this time? To celebrate a little. That whole afternoon, you could hear her laughter filling the village. Fiona scored 658, and her teacher thinks she can get into Tsinghua or Peking. It was driving people nuts in the best way. When the acceptance letter arrived in the village, my mom used it as a sun hat, proudly showing it off around town. It took her a whole afternoon to walk a few hundred meters back home. She even made a point to show it off to some village gossips. You all said daughters couldn't get into good schools, but my Fiona did. Your precious son should definitely study abroad to be more successful than our Fiona. Otherwise, what's the point of having their sisters quit school to work? This kind of news called for a celebration. My adoptive dad and brothers came home. My oldest brother alone spent over 2,000 on fireworks. Everyone in the village came to the feast, even some unexpected guests, my biological parents. My birth mom, looking at me with a mix of emotions, said, you're definitely our child, inheriting our brains, getting into Tsinghua. Beijing living expenses are high, we decided your tuition and living costs will be on us. My birth dad chimed in, absolutely, after all you're our child. I just laughed. Getting into Tsinghua requires intelligence, sure, but without hard work, is that enough? I refused them. No need, didn't you know? Getting into Tsinghua comes with rewards, school rewards, city rewards, and county rewards. I looked them straight in the eyes. I have only one set of parents, the ones who rescued me from the river and went through so much to raise me. You don't count. Birth mom snapped, don't act so high and mighty just because you got into Tsinghua. You're ours, we have DNA tests to prove it. I chuckled coldly and challenged her, so should I sue you for abandonment? If your son was a normal child, would you still want me back? I'm an adult now. Even if you're my biological parents, you have no hold over me. I pointed towards the road, leave. You're not welcome here. As they left, birth dad, looking remorseful, said, Fiona, we had no choice. Back then we needed a son to carry on the family name. We were wrong. Can you forgive us? No, I thought. I'm not a saint. If I forgave them, wouldn't that turn my adoptive parents' hard work into a joke? Later, I found out it was during the stock market crash. My biological parents lost almost everything in stocks. All they had left was a house, a car, and a little bit of savings. Offering to cover my education was likely their way of ensuring they'd gain from me in the future. I had saved plenty after setting aside for tuition and living expenses. I teamed up with my older brother to buy an apartment in the provincial city, and it was under my adoptive parents' names. While many were spending to build big, fancy houses in the countryside, we went the other way. People laughed at us for buying what they saw as bird cages in the city. Isn't the old homestead about to collapse? They mocked. City housing prices are falling, and city folks are selling their apartments. I didn't think much of it. I just wanted it to be close to a hospital for mom's convenience. Besides, my friend Thomas said, why not? My parents are buying houses all over the country, saying the prices are a steal. My mom's got a keen eye. She hardly ever loses money. He worked hard for 3 years and finally got into a top college. His mom was thrilled. She even invited me out for a meal to thank me for guiding Thomas these past 3 years. She also advised me that choosing the right neighborhood is key when buying a house, telling me which developments have reliable builders and property management. About a year after I got my property deed, housing prices went through the roof. His foster mom started making her rounds around the village again. What kind of house should Fiona and little Liang buy in Star City? She'd ask. I'm used to living out in the countryside and have no interest in cramming into those tiny apartments that cost thousands per square foot. As she got older, her favorite pastime became boasting. She'd brag about how much Big Brother earned every month, how second brother got into Harvard for grad school, And about the gold bracelet I bought her for her birthday. Second brother couldn't stand it. Tone it down, Grandma, he'd say. Aren't you afraid no one will want to chat with you eventually? She'd just tug on his ear. What manners? Calling me old lady? Your dad just said yesterday that I look like I'm barely in my 30s. Her hair was gray and her back a little hunched, but to me, she was still that 30-something woman with her hands on her hips, scolding me while cooking. She was always full of energy, forever young, and she would always love me. The end.